Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to come to you guys and, talk again and let my ideas flow and connect and resonate with whoever needs to hear this. This is something that I have been, I guess, coming into realization more and more on my journey, and especially right now, since November 1st, actually, 2019, but right now it's November 2nd, 2019, and just going into the Day of the Dead and really understanding the process of death and rebirth and coming into light a lot of what may have been dormant in my life before. And I know that sounds completely all over the place, especially if you don't know me and you don't actually understand in depth of what I'm saying. But I say all of that to say is that what I've learned and what I'm beginning to really step into and take an inner standing on is the commitment to self. The commitment to self is everything. The one thing that we all need to focus on, to remember, to live, to be motivated by is the commitment to yourself. There's so many instances where we're committed to everything else. If you have a child, you know that the things that you do for that child may not always love it and like it, but you're not looking at it for the pleasure of the child. You're looking at it of what's going to be the greatest outcome of the task for the child. So if you have a kid that has to wake up at 6 a.m. every day so they can get to school, you're not thinking about, as the parent, okay, I gotta wake them up, they're gonna be sad, such and such. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking about getting them to school so they can get an education, so they can progress in life and have more of a fulfilling life down the road because they were able to make the sacrifices and learn how to have discipline and all those great things that is needed in life to succeed. That is the same type of commitment you need to have for yourself. It goes the same way for a person who has pets, or if you're working for another company, or if you're doing something that's having you take responsibility of somebody else and you have to make a tough decision, but it's for their greatest good that it needs to be done. So that same mentality of commitment needs to be within your own life. And that needs to be something that is so true to you that's all that you can really focus on. And what I mean by that is because what I realized is that people are so just okay with, getting up, again, we'll use a scenario at 6 in the morning, getting ready and leaving your house and going to a job and, working for somebody else. People are okay with that as long as there's a paycheck coming in, as long as there's something that they can get out of it, that they feel fundamentally it's worth doing, it's worth the pain of getting up, of doing something that, is dragging you out of your comfort. Where is that same commitment for self? And that's the question that I had to ask myself continuously. Actually, it's been going on for the last couple of months, but it was the question of, where is that commitment, that same commitment to get up, to go and prepare yourself, put makeup on, get dressed up, and all of that to self? Not for a job, not for a man, not for anybody else, but for you. And we can practice this in so many things in life. Like if you are living in your house, say you live by yourself, and you're living by yourself and you're like, okay, I have dishes in the sink. Well, I'm the one who has to clean it. I'm the one who has to deal with it. So you know what? I'm not gonna clean it up right now. I'll do it later. But then think of it this way. If you worked in a kitchen and you was working in that kitchen, you would not be able to leave that place of work if that kitchen was not spotless clean. And you would clean it because what? Because they have your money, because that's your job, that's your sense of security, that's your sense of security, really. But isn't your home a sense of your security? Your comfort? Isn't that important to you as well? And you see value in why you would want a clean kitchen, but you don't see the value of you giving your own self a clean kitchen? That's the point in committing to self. Realizing all the commitments that you're also willing to give outside of yourself, but then taking it in internally. Committing to self to get up early in the morning and go sit down for me in the closet and meditate. That is a commitment to self that I need to hone in and appreciate the struggle of getting out of bed. Appreciate the struggle of sitting there in stillness and trying to not focus on everything else, but appreciating the time, the now, the present that I'm in. Having that same commitment to then go and do yoga and having the ambition and appreciation to do the difficult movements that require you to synchronize with your breath and put your thinking mind alone and really go in and be present in that. Is the same commitment that you have to have when you're going and you're working out and it's painful and you want to give up, but you have to go through the pain in order for you to get those gains and get the sculpt and lose that weight. You have to put in that commitment. And the commitment is measured by the pain that you're willing to endure. Are we committed to ourselves? Are we willing to endure that pain to get what we want out of life? Because you can't take the easy route. And I said this on my IG, one of my IG stories, because I occasionally rant on there. My personal IG is Izzy's Way on IG. If you want to follow me, IZZIESWAY. And it was all about the commitment to self. And are you really willing to pave your own path? Or you just want to follow the path that's already paved? Are you willing to put in that work to create your life, to create something new that others can then follow? Are you willing to lead your life down the road that you know is most beneficial for you, is for your greatest good? Are you willing to take that sacrifice, not to put it on somebody else and not for somebody else to receive? Yes, others will receive from your great commitment to yourself, but is yourself enough for you to commit to? Are you worthy of such a commitment? We want to get married. We want relationships. We want people to stay in our lives. We want friendships. We want people to be loyal and trustworthy. But are you loyal and trustworthy to self? Everything is going to come back to you. If anything that you want externally, you have to be able to have that internally so it can reflect out. All that manifestation, all that magic, all of that stuff that we try to get crystals for, get tarot readings for, get all of this outside information for, all comes down to committing to yourself. Are you committed to self? Oh, you want that car? Are you committed to get in that car? Is your mind even there enough where you have enough belief in yourself that you can get that car? Oh, you want that man? And you want him to commit to you? Are you committed to yourself? Are you in want and need and trustworthy of yourself? Are you worthy of such a relationship that you solely want? Are you worthy of the company and making the money that you deserve? What do you think that you deserve? Are you going through imposter syndrome? And it's funny because That has come up 3 times. 3 times. And if I'm not mistaken, I probably first read of imposter syndrome a while ago, but it's come up recently 3 times. Once from reading, I think, The Seed of the Soul, which I have the review on my last video if you guys want to check out that book by Gary Zukav. The Seed of the Soul, I think he spoke about imposter syndrome. One of my closest people in my life spoke about imposter syndrome. And then I watched the interview with Kerry Washington on the Goop Network with Gwyneth Paltrow about imposter syndrome. And that is funny because I think all of this kind of deal with imposter syndrome. We all somewhat have that little voice that gives us doubt, that says you're not supposed to be here, or you're not worthy of this, or you're not able to commit to yourself. This doubt. And your job and your mission is to shut that doubt down. To let that doubt be what it is and not give it the energy that it does not need from you. What you're here to do is to change the dynamic, for you to actually realize that this is your life and this is a game, and it's your game to play. And that brings me back even to something else. I was, if you're familiar with Rick and Morty, which I hope most of you are, because it's such a phenomenal show. It's hilarious. But if you're into the occult and you know about decoding things, then you are having a blast with it. But anyways, so on one of the episodes, I'm not sure which one, but one of the episodes, they were in like this galactic arcade type of thing, and Morty was playing a game where you go into a virtual reality and you become a person, and he was being this guy, I forgot the guy's name, and the guy was working at a rug shop and he ended up getting cancer, and Morty's playing the game. So the guy gets cancer, he beats cancer, he goes back, he works at the shop, he lives his life, and then he ends up dying from like falling off of the ladder in the rug shop. And then he gets off, he finishes playing, and then Rick is like, you beat cancer and you still went back to the rug shop? And then Rick starts playing and he beats cancer, and then he just starts living life. He goes rogue, he becomes sovereign. He's like, well, I'm doing everything that I ever wanted to do, because it's my game. Because when you touch death, you don't go back and start living like you don't know that you can live forever, that you don't know that this life is a game, that it's yours to be whatever you want it to be, that you need to be committed to self for you to continue to receive and be in gratitude and in abundance in who you truly are. Are you committed to self enough to go through that, to live in that, and to be that? And that is the realization that I'm so grateful to have, closing out 2019 with the realization that I have to commit to self. I have to go through the pain, go through the suffering, in honor of self, in honor of the goal, and making real goals for self. I work out every day. I train every single day. And I can honestly say, I thank myself for the commitment of years of training, of working out, because I then now have a body and a mindset and a discipline that I was able to transcend and change my life. I'm thankful for when I don't know something and I have to go through the training process, because that ensures that I am committing to myself and then will reap the benefits of the pain of not knowing and the embarrassment or the humbleness that I have to put myself through and able to get the result that is for my greatest good. And that is what I give to you. who are listening, to myself who will listen back to this, to my children who will hear this, is committing enough to myself that I know that everything that I'm doing is for the greatest good of me, which will be the greatest good for all. Because we are all connected and we are all one. And if I succeed and I do my part, that will then ripple into others who are close to me and that can feel my vibration and that can resonate on that level. And I hope that touches you guys as much as it touched me. And I really hope that it really connected a lot of things from you and that you're able, like me, to be able to take different ideas and put it together and come up with something that really suits you and fits where you're at and where you're going in life. So again, I hope this helps. I am super, super, super grateful to have a mind to think, a consciousness to focus on, and a subconscious to keep things so, so, so interesting. So I will see you guys in the next video, and please don't forget to hit the like button. I know that I probably don't say that enough, and that's probably YouTube rule 101, is to actually have people try to engage with what you're saying. And I want to know what you guys think and if you are enjoying the content that I'm putting out, because I don't want to just be speaking to myself. I want to connect. I want to have some connection with you and for us to feed off of that same level of vibration. And I spoke about this in the mastermind, my video on having a mastermind. And if we all can connect and we all could build up and grow and learn from each other, the better that we all become and the more that we can, vibrate higher, so then more people can come in and more people can be a part of what we really want. And that's the most beautiful thing about life, is that we're all connected, and by us sharing and appreciating and having gratitude for one another, then we too can grow and feel that appreciation and gratitude for ourselves. So thank you guys. I will see you in the next video, and don't forget to hit the like button for me and comment and subscribe if you're feeling like this is a place for you. All right guys, see you in the next video.